Hey you guys, it's Brandy Chanel and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to your Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta Season 4 Episode 1 review, honey. Now, this is the first time I'm really watching it because through the commercials, there's been some interesting things that's maybe taking place for Growing Up Hip Hop, and I'm all about it. So, without further ado, let's just get started. The episode opened up with everyone pretty much reflecting on what's going on in 2020. I mean, we had the death of Kobe Bryant, we had COVID, and then we had the death of George Floyd, which eventually left us with the protesting of police brutality with Black Lives Matter and the whole movement. And everyone's pretty much reflecting on that. Bow Wow and his friends talk about going to Miami, right? I think it is so irresponsible. Like, because during this time that they went to Miami, COVID, I think this was during the time where we was hearing about everyone going to Miami during spring break, and there was a shitload of people who got COVID-19. I don't know why Bow Wow took his ass over there anyway. And then he spent up a whole bunch of goddamn money that people, I mean, to me, I get it, they're celebrities, so their broke is different from our broke. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, it's just so irresponsible. Like, and Bow Wow is like, I think he's a little bit older than me, and I'm 31, so it's like you're a little too old to be this irresponsible. Like, you have two kids. I'm gonna need you to get some responsibility about yourself. He talks to Ayana, and I said Bao talks to I wrote here in my notes. Bao talks to Ayana. She might have COVID. They are so dumb. Girl, I don't give a fuck whose birthday it was. I don't. I do not give a fuck whose birthday it was. So Ayana went to her friend's 30th birthday party in Miami. She's only there for 3 days. The last day of her being there, she started getting some symptoms of COVID. Okay. And I'm just like, girl, why? Why did you even go? See, COVID was well known by the time you went to Miami, so you knew what could happen. And then on top of that, to make matters worse, she has a pre existing condition, and that is asthma. So it's gonna attack her worse because she has a pre existing condition. And we all know COVID attacks the respiratory system. Now, this information was put out at the beginning. Now, people were a little iffy about the mask because at first we said we could wear masks, then we said we couldn't. I don't know. They told us not to. Then so I get it. But girl, I would have stayed my black ass at the house. Okay, I don't care whose birthday it is. Okay, I don't understand how everybody. Maybe it's just me because I'm a loner. So staying in the house was not a problem for me. I did miss going outside every once in a while, but staying in the house was no problem for me. Hence why I have been COVID free so far. Knock on wood. Anyway, the Brat and Judy. I put here in my notes who was surprised when the Bat came out. The Brat came out. When I first heard of the Brat dating the real baby Judy or Jessica, I was not surprised. Like I was not like I was surprised at who she was dating. I was not surprised that she was dating a female. I wasn't. I mean, we've known for years. We were just waiting on her to come out. So I wasn't surprised when she told me she was dating a female. I am a little bit shocked about the real baby Judy dating a female because we've known her to date men. So I don't know if what Jessica or Judy, whatever she want to be called, I don't know if she's just dating um the Brat because she's so sick of all these men and she feel like females are different, because I do know a lot of females who do that. They stop dating these men because their hearts have been broken, numerous times for men, so they start dating females because they think it's something different. So I hope she's not playing with her in that regard, because eventually she's gonna want to go back to a man and she's gonna have to break up with the Brat. So I hope her I hope her intentions are true. I also put was the Brat microwaving? Was she microwaving bacon? Cause I saw her make some salmon patties or some I call them salmon patties or croquettes. I saw her making that in the pot, but I thought I saw her put some bacon in the oven. I said, girl, no, don't put no bacon in the oven. Um, The brat wants Jessica to bring her warehouse to ATL. So everyone knows Jessica, the real baby Judy. She has the miracle drops. Make your edges grow. They supposed to. Okay. Um, and she's very popular. She's a businesswoman. All this other stuff. We all know her from Instagram, right? So she has her business based in New Orleans, which is where she's from. And the brat wants her in Atlanta, which I get it. I get it. They're in a relationship, so she wants her closer. So hopefully they can all work that out and things of that nature. Um, they all have a discussion about voting and protesting, and I'm glad that we're having these discussions, on our popular television shows about the importance of voting certain people in office, not just the president, but local elections and things of that nature. So I'm glad to see it. People are becoming more aware. They're learning from the mistakes that we made 4 years ago. So I'm glad we're having these types of discussions. um Child, Deb Adney, and Waka Flocka, girl. Whew, okay, so Waka Flocka walks into the to Deb's house, and she got all these goddamn animals, like she the goddamn Ace Ventura or some shit like that. And they're talking, and Ayana calls. So throughout the episode, Ayana is calling everybody and telling them that she, you know, has COVID. And at this point, she's called Deb and told Deb that she has pneumonia. Okay. And, they're talking. They mentioned some stuff to help with your immune system, and they mentioned sea moss. I'm going to be taking sea moss here in a minute, so I want to try that because I heard it's very good for you to boost your immune system and things of that nature. So I might have to take that. So Deb invites the brat over to some type of luncheon, and she says the luncheon is because she's becoming more political, and she says she supports Trump. Oh God. And I put here, Deb says she support Trump. Her reasoning is so stupid. Okay. Listen, let me put my notes down here for a minute. You don't have to agree with everything. I feel like black people, we have this loyalty to the Democratic Party, and they've never really done anything in my eyes to keep our loyalty. So I'm not mad at someone who says they're a conservative or a black Republican, or I really don't get into all of that. I consider myself an independent with liberal values, but I know people in my family who are conservative, and I don't see a problem with that. That's your business. Whoever you choose, whatever party you choose to associate with is your fucking business, right? Black Trump supporters is what I have an issue with. That's what I have an issue with. Not black Republicans. There are black Republicans who don't support Trump, but it's black Trump supporters, and not the ones that who has a career in politics. I'm talking everyday regular people like us. I'm talking everyday regular people like Deb Antony. Okay, it's one thing to say you support Trump because of a policy, and then the reason, and I like this policy because X, Y, and Z. You get your uninformed, ignorant ass on television and tell me that the reason why you support Trump is because he's not a politician. Do you not like that? And she is not the only black Trump supporter that says that. Like, it's so many people that I have met, black, that have said they support Trump because he's not a politician. Do you not know how stupid you sound? Would you want someone who is not a doctor to operate on you and prescribe you medicine? Would you not want somebody who's not a hairdresser to do your hair? Would you not want somebody who's not a makeup artist to do your makeup? Like, I don't like, if you're gonna use that reasoning, think it through before you say it, because it just sounds so ignorant and so dumb. And that's what Deb said. She sounds really dumb. So, and then she says, America is a business. No, America is not a business. Okay, it's not just a business. Because if it was just a business, we wouldn't have all this shit going on, i.e., George Floyd. See, these are the things that I care about. I care about police brutality. I care about the mistreatment of black people. And America is that. It's not just the business. It is the destruction of people of color. Okay, so to me, her reasoning, it was just so dumb. It was so lowbrow. It was so ignorant. I'm sorry. And I guess she's a respected music manager, whatever the fuck she is. So maybe she's one of those people who just don't need to get into politics. Because she really don't. She's not well educated on it enough. She's not even well educated on what Trump's policies are. Maybe she'll say that during this, because I see they have a luncheon, sometime during the episodes, during the season or whatever. So maybe she'll explain more throughout the episode. But in this episode, she just didn't give enough for me. Your reasoning behind, because he's not a politician. So why would you want him to be the president of the United States? That makes no sense. He has no experience. Would you hire somebody to work with you, to work for you with no experience? That makes no sense. That's basically what you're saying about Trump. Anyway, I'm done because I can go on about that all day. I said that I agree with Waka Flocka that Deb must be going through a midlife crisis. I agree. She looks a little bit too old to be going through a midlife crisis. I would have thought she would have went through her little midlife, 10 years ago, but it must be prolonged or some shit like that. So they have a little scene where Bow Wow was at the car dealership and Andy, his manager, is calling him and telling him, "Are you about to buy that goddamn car? Don't buy that car." And we see he buys the fucking car. Listen, Andy has a job to do. He is Bow Wow's manager. So it is his job to ensure that Bow is making the best decisions, the best business decisions. But it's kind of hard to do your job when the person that you're managing does not want to listen. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Someone who doesn't want to take advice or information. They just want to do what they want to do. And at that point, you really can't even do your job effectively because this person who you're trying to help to manage don't want to be managed. So good luck, Andy. That's all I can say. We see DJ Hurricane. He's in the studio. He had to turn one of his rooms into a DJ booth to keep his spirits up. What I think is great. I don't know why these people have so many issues staying in the house. He's talking about something, he's used to being out on a Saturday night. No, not me. My black ass be home on a Saturday night doing what you see now, homework and YouTube. That's it. So I don't know why all these people have such an issue staying home, but I'm glad that he found something to keep his spirits up by turning one of his rooms into like a whole club thing. He said it was only him, but anything you can do to keep your spirits up during this time. He's discussing with his colleagues, his buddies, everything that's happened in 2020. Like I said, we had Kobe, we had the virus, we had the protests in George Floyd. So they're having that discussion. Ayana calls DJ Hurricane, that's her dad, and reveals that she has been tested positive for coronavirus or COVID-19. And he looks so sad because he can't be with her. And her girlfriend, when she says when she came back from Miami, she's all over her girlfriend. And so her 9 times out of 10, her girlfriend got it. And so, he looks so defeated. He looks so sad because his daughter made a stupid decision and he can't fix it. And so she has to go through the consequence. She has to suffer the consequences and hopefully she gets through it, which I think she does. So, we hope she gets better. Which she does. Bow Wow meets with Andy to talk about the finances. So they talk about all the spending that Bow Wow did when he was in Miami. Just like, to me, it's so irresponsible. There are people out there who have not gotten their $1,200 checks. I still ain't got my damn $600 stimulus check. Okay, I'm still waiting. Okay, and I got a job. I get paid every 2 weeks, but you know, to see people just spend their money so frivolously on shit they don't need. What the fuck do you need a private jet for? Okay, what do you need a new car for? And it's, you know, it's their money. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. But it's like, I don't feel bad for some of these celebrities when they say they grow broke, because you're basically spending all your money. You're being very irresponsible. And that is what Andy, his manager, is trying to say to him. But he just, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. So, okay, nigga, do what you want to do. And when one of them baby mamas come for that cash, for their child support, I don't want to hear shit, because guess what? You was just, you know, on a private jet, okay? You just spent $1,000 on some weed. So I hope some of that money, a good bit of that money that you spent, should be going to your goddamn children, okay? But whatever. They talk about his album. So this is Bow Wow's last album. This is his last album, and he's basically, it starts off with him talking about one girl, then it's, you know, he skips 5 years because he doesn't want to discuss someone, I guess, and he's talking about other women. So his manager is basically telling him that album is all over the fucking place, right? And, you know, Bow Wow is not trying to hear that, because he feels like, you know, he put his all into it. It's a good project. He said when he played it for everybody in Miami, they loved it. They played it again. They was complimenting him. And his manager, Andy, was like, duh, they did that, nigga. You was paying for all that shit. Okay, they gonna keep you, they gonna tell you whatever they want. They're gonna tell you whatever they want you to hear, because you paying for all that shit. They want you to keep bringing the weed. They want you to keep with the private jets and the private planes and the cars. You were paying for all that shit. So of course they're gonna hype you up. It's not genuine. You need genuine feedback. And he suggested, you know, Jermaine Dupri, but Bow don't want anything to do, not anything to do with Jermaine Dupri, but he wants this to solely be him. He doesn't want anyone's input, because Jermaine Dupri has always had input in his career. This was a good first episode. It wasn't that bad. I actually kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't like a whole bunch of drama, but it was actually pretty good. I think in this first episode, just really showcased how irresponsible some of these celebrities have been during this COVID situation, or last year during the COVID situation. But it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up, like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until then, you guys have a great day.